Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ho Tanta Passione. It was a great day regarding Rafael Nadal. It's not a coincidence I'm wearing this t-shirt because it was super sunny in Madrid, but unfortunately got very cloudy like here in the UK. And in just 1 hour and 44 minutes, the German Alexander Zverev managed to beat in 2 straight sets with the score of 6-4, 6-4 Rafael Nadal. It's basically the third win in a row for him after defeating Rafa at the ATP finals and in Paris-Bercy last year. In that case, it was, indoor, for sure, not Rafa's favorite surface, but like I said at the beginning of the week, it's not a coincidence that Rafa doesn't feel very comfortable on the Manolo Santana court. Probably the altitude, the conditions don't suit, his top spin. Every time he's always saying, he finds very difficult to feel the ball, la pelota. And what can I say? The match started in a promising way for Rafa. He was serving quite well. He was, keeping the score. He won, easily the first game of the opener, even if Zverev won the first point of the match, and after he won even the last one. But, Rafa was getting... keeping his serving game quite easily. At the same time, we all know that Zverev has a very powerful serve, and even more here in Madrid, the speed, of his first serve was going even above 229 kilometers. But at that point, on the sixth game of the first set, on the score of 3-2 for Rafa basically managed to get an early break to love, and he was leading 4-2, taking advantage of a double fault of Zverev. So everyone was expecting that probably the end, or at least the first set was going, in the direction, in the way of the Spanish. But like I keep saying, this sport is very, very strange. 1 point can make all the difference in the world. In the following game, when Rafa was serving, he missed an incredible forehand. With the court completely open. I don't know what happened to him. Probably lost concentration, he lost focus, and at that point Zverev got the first break point of the match on the score of 30-40, and he was good, winning that point with a forehand cross court that Rafa couldn't basically stop. So the score went on 4-3, and straight away in the following game there was kind of a discussion between Zverev and the umpire, because on the score of 30-15, according to Zverev, Rafa called for a challenge a little bit late, just after that he hit the ball and the ball ended long. So it was a double fault, and on the score of 30-40, Rafa missed a forehand down the line. He got another break point. Probably the momentum was kind of shifting away, and at that point Zverev, from the score of 4-2, was good enough to win 4 consecutive games in a row, to get another break in the 9th game of the first set, and after he finished the opening set with an ace. So after 49 minutes he was leading 1 set to love. In the second set, we were probably expecting a reaction from Rafa. Rafa was good, quite strong, in the opening game of the second set, but in the third game, it took 9 minutes for him basically to save a break point with an insane drop shot, a fantastic, point that as well probably gave me a lot of tension and excitement at the same time. So even the commentators were saying, I don't know, probably these can give that kind of boost of confidence to Rafa. But after, because, tennis, it's a very strange sport. At that point, it was Zverev instead in the fifth game to get, the first break in the second set with a forehand winner down the line. I have to say, the body language of Rafa was not very promising. Probably is a tactic of waiting, during the returning games so far away from the baseline, was not paying back. Probably, in Roland Garros or in Rome or Monte Carlo, where the conditions are different, we are not, in the same altitude of Madrid. But unfortunately, all of these returns were very, very short, and they were giving, huge opportunities to Zverev to basically make a winner at 1 point, almost on the score of 4-3 for Zverev in the second set. They were showing the statistics at that point. Zverev had something like 22 winners versus only 5 of Rafa, versus 21 unforced errors for the German and 14 for the Spanish. So Rafa was good, not to give up in the 9th game, to hold his serve, but after even if the crowd, was trying basically to cheer him up, they were kind of saying, si puede, like it's possible, yes, you can do it, but unfortunately, Rafa this time couldn't. And, Zverev could celebrate, he could scream, and towards his corner. It's quite funny because everyone was saying he lost very badly, I think, in Monte Carlo, in another tournament just before Madrid. But it seems that, the winner of this tournament in 2018 feels very comfortable playing with this condition. So congratulations to his team. What can I say? Is not one match that is going to make me change my opinion, all of my love for Rafa. Giorgio, remember and do the same with Yannick Sinner. Sometimes you are too strict and too harsh with him. Remember, tennis is an incredible sport, and we have to respect, and also there is a great sportsmanship. Even at the end, Rafa was congratulating with him and probably felt a little bit sorry. You could see that where his parents, in particular his mom, was suffering in his corner, probably because I think on Sunday is a Mother's Day. Rafa wanted to give her like a special present. But don't worry, Rafa, see you next week in Rome. So tomorrow Zverev will play the first semi-final against Dominic Thiem, the Austrian player who managed, in 1 hour and 55 minutes to win in 3 sets against Big John Isner. He was, coming down from 1 set. He lost, the opener after there was a very early break for Isner. Congratulations to him. It's unbelievable just to think that he's 36 years old. He's so explosive. He's moving so well on clay. Let's not forget that in 2011 he made, a very difficult first round against Rafa. He pushed Rafa, to the 5th set. So I think Zverev feels very confident, in particular here in Madrid with the weather condition. So at that point, just after 30 minutes, he was leading with the score of 6-3. And I think the turning point of the match, the momentum, was in the 5th game of the second set, when basically the US Open champion had to save 4 break points. And in the following game, after, leading with the score of 3-2, he got that break that probably gave him that kind of a confidence and make him win the second set with the score of 6-3. At that point, the match changed completely. Isner started, to drop a little bit the speed of his serve. They were showing some statistics. He was going from 212 kilometers down to almost 202. Also, most of the time during his serving games, he was love 30 down, and you could see that Dominic was keeping his serving games quite easily, and it was not a coincidence that in the 9th game, with a very entertaining rally that he closed with a backhand, he could basically break, and after he went, to serve for the match, and he could raise his hands in the sky and celebrate. I'm quite pleased for Dominic. Apparently, after winning the US Open last year, he said he went through a very difficult situation. Almost he got depressed. He said, I felt like if I was kind of in a hole. So I'm quite happy for him. He has all of my total respect. Everyone loves him around, the tour. In particular, he's a very good friend of Rafa. It probably was this week. Let's not forget that Chelsea this week defeated Real Madrid, and so who knows if Dominic will be able to win this Master 1000. After Indian Wells, probably we try to defeat Alexander Zverev tomorrow in what it was basically the 2018 final. Instead, Zverev, we try at the moment, he won 3 Master 1000. He won 1 here in Madrid, after in Rome against Novak Djokovic, and in Toronto or Montreal against Roger Federer. So that's all for today. Now they're going to start the other 2 quarterfinals. There is a Bublik versus Casper Ruud, quite interesting match, and after to close, tonight there is our Italian Matteo Berrettini. For sure, one of them will be for the first time finalist in a Master 1000. So something is changing, and like I keep saying, let's try to enjoy as much as we can Rafa, Roger and Nole. This year we're going to see the 3 of them all playing at the Roland Garros, so I can't wait. But just before then, there is a next week Rome. So as you could see, we started the clay season in Monte Carlo after we flew to Barcelona, this week in Madrid, and next week in Rome. That's all for today. See you tomorrow, eventually with another video just to summarize the semi-finals, and for sure one on Sunday after the final. Have a lovely weekend, keep safe, and that's all. And subscribe to this channel if you love Rafa, or at the same time if you love tennis. Ciao!